Good day, this is your latest political update from Ondo State. In a major ruling shaking the state's political landscape, a federal high court sitting in Akure has barred Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa from contesting the 2028 governorship election. Justice Toyin Adegoke delivered the judgment on Thursday, declaring that Aiyedatiwa would be ineligible to seek another term. The court held that allowing him to run again would violate Nigeria's constitutional 8-year tenure limit for governors. Aiyedatiwa first assumed office on December 27, 2023, after the death of former Governor Rotimi Akeredolu completing his predecessor's term, and was then sworn in on February 24, 2025, following his victory in the November 16, 2024 election. The suit, filed by a BC chieftain Akindele Ipewolo, sought interpretation of relevant constitutional sections, including those on term limits. The ruling cites precedents like Supreme Court decisions emphasizing no more than 8 years total in office for such positions. Governor Aiyedatiwa has dismissed the judgment as premature and an unnecessary distraction, stating he has never publicly declared interest in recontesting and has only been in office for about a year. He says he will consult his lawyers on next steps. The decision has sparked intense debate among legal experts, politicians, and residents on tenure interpretation ahead of future polls. Senegal lawmakers on Wednesday approved the bill doubling the maximum prison term for same-sex acts and criminalizing the promotion of homosexuality. The move fulfills a campaign promise of the government that came to power in 2024, led by President Bassirou Diomaye Faye and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko. Senegal already had a law, last updated in 1966, that punished what it called, quote, acts against nature, with up to 5 years in prison and fines of over $2,000. The new version says such acts can be punished with imprisonment of up to 10 years and fines of over $17,000. Judges are also barred from granting suspended sentences or reducing penalties below the minimum. The bill defines, quote, acts against nature to include homosexuality, bisexuality, what it calls, quote, transsexuality, as well as zoophilia and necrophilia. Anyone found guilty of promoting or financing such acts also faces prison time. Imam Babakar Silla of the religious collective Ansam Jikoyi welcomed the move. The longer it takes, the more complicated it will be, and these people, who might qualify as public dangers, will continue their scheme. We cannot be homosexual, which is already bad, and then be sick and transmit the disease voluntarily. I cannot have compassion for these people. In the weeks leading up to the vote, supporters of the law held rallies in Dakar, chanting, quote, no to homosexuality, holding banners with rainbows crossed out. This period has been marked by a surge in arrests of men on suspicion of, quote, acts against nature, as well as in some cases, quote, voluntary transmission of HIV, a crime carrying up to 10 years in prison. Kenyan authorities arrested and charged a Chinese national with attempting to smuggle 2,200 live ants in his luggage. Court filings seen by Reuters say 27-year-old Jane Kakuan was arrested at Nairobi's main airport on Tuesday while he was trying to leave the country. Ant aficionados pay large sums to maintain colonies. The arrest comes amid a rise in cases of smuggling the insect. Last year, prosecutors accused suspects of being part of an ant gang who tried to move the live insects inside plastic syringes packed with cotton balls. 4 men were charged $7,700 each for trying to traffic thousands of ants. Experts said the case signaled a shift in biopiracy from trophies like elephant ivory to lesser-known species. Investigators said a search of Zhang's luggage recovered 2,238 ants, including 1,948 packed in test tubes and the rest in 3 rolls of soft tissue papers. Kenya's Wildlife Service said a similar consignment of ants had been seized in Bangkok on Tuesday that originated from Kenya, indicating the existence of a widespread and organized ant smuggling network. The death toll from 2 landslides in southern Ethiopia has risen sharply to over 150. That's according to the head of the National Disaster Response Agency in Gamo Zone, who said on Tuesday the number could increase further. The Leif of Marcos Milese said the search is ongoing and there were bodies yet to be recovered. Officials had reported on Monday that 50 people had died. That's after heavy rain overnight caused a first landslide and then a second buried people who had gathered to help. Women, children and local police were reported to be among the dead. This is a developing story. Join us for updates throughout the day. Thank you for watching.